here is Coach David once again. I am from Able State Creatives Limited, a tech startup based in Kampala, Uganda, to empower self-taught developers through driving inclusivity and innovation. So, if you are a self-taught developer and you feel like you need some support here and there, just find the link in the description of this video and apply. Then we see what we can do together. Otherwise, today we are going to look at if you can make a sustainable living while in Uganda or Africa. Because the last video I made, if you did not watch it, you can check the Able State TV channel and look for the previous videos. So you will see that someone asked me a question whether, because I mentioned that many people prefer to go abroad and because they because they think that they can make a ton of money there without knowing that in Africa there are opportunities. So that's what we're gonna converse about, and we're gonna look at the dedication you have to put in, the many career paths that are there to choose from, and how I'll try to give tips and tricks of how you can choose to work, how you can do self promotion, and then we conclude. So I'm going to try to ensure that today's video is less than 10 minutes. Anyway, let's go. So, what do I mean by dedication? The dedication is that if you are to make a living, by a living, I mean making money that is enough to help you support your family, to help you feel happy as a person who has a career in technology, and as well, I mean to help you like go on holidays, so on and so forth. I mean, to fulfill your personal needs. So you cannot have this out of the blue, just like other careers. Take, for example, a career like lawyer. They have to go to university for quite some years, and then, particularly in Uganda, a practicing lawyer should go for LODC. So you realize that someone might put of their about 7 years of their life in university and high institution. All right. If you look at a person like a doctor who actually keep complaining that they are not paid well enough. If you look at teachers, primary school, secondary school teachers, and even university lecturers, they keep complaining every day over lack of payment. But the time they put in to become qualified to be teachers, to be lawyers, to be doctors, to be accountants, so on and so forth, is quite much. However, for technology, even if you choose to take a degree at university, you can as well be practicing while you are at university. And by the time you finish university, say if you take computer science, a bachelor's degree in computer science, or a bachelor's degree in software engineering, uh, information technology, business computing, so on and so forth, you are most likely to spend a maximum of 5 years at university for a bachelor's degree. Now, if you take on the responsibility of pursuing practical knowledge while you are at university, you cut the time. But even if you did not go to university, for example, if a person like me stopped in senior four, senior six, whatever level of academic level, for as long as you know English, you can read and speak English, you can go to internet on YouTube for free, on Free Code Camp, on Khan Academy for free completely, and study something and start to use that. However, this cannot happen if you started it yesterday. You have to put in more than a month. You have to put in, I, I suggest a minimum of 3 months of pure dedication. For example, not a minimum of 4 hours per day while learning and practicing. And when you are learning, don't stop at just watching tutorials. Watch as you do. If you watch without doing, you're not going to get anything. You won't be, your brain won't learn how to write the codes. If, for example, if you choose to be a software developer, if you choose to be a videographer and you go learn to shoot videos on YouTube, for example, and you don't grab that phone or camera to shoot, the truth is that you won't get the practical skills. And the market wants people who are professional and practical. So you have to put in the dedication, a minimum of 3 months. I would have said a minimum of 6 months, but there are some people who are purely dedicated and they know what they want. They can put in as much time as possible. So if you want to learn software development, for example, and you don't have the money for it, just go to khanacademy.com, go to freecodecamp.com. There are certifications there. Go to YouTube. Of course, on YouTube, you won't get a certification, but you can go there. There are a lot of good content, and you learn something that is practical for some time and start or prepare yourself to sell it. So you must put in the dedication to learn. So the other thing that I would talk about is that you can make the money in technology regardless of where you are on the planet. And let's pick numbers. Someone asked me if it can be, because I mentioned a figure which was between 15 millions to 25 millions in a period of 25 months. And these millions, I mean 15 million Uganda shillings, and which is equivalent to uh, about $5,000 between there to about $8,500 in a period of 24 months. I can assure you this is pretty possible. Why do I say it's possible? Think of it. If you want $5,000 in a period of, let's say, 24 months, ask yourself how many or how much dollars will I need on a monthly basis? On a monthly basis, you may need about, I think I may need to share my screen in this regard. Let me see if I can share it, because I think that you need, yeah, let me share something here. Just a moment. Give me a moment. I'm trying to connect to Google Slides. So that we do some sort of calculation and we see if it's possible. Because I really believe that it's really, really possible. So just a moment. I see my screen is, yeah, just a moment. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Mhm. Mm, right. Okay, yeah. So we have something over here, and let me hope that you're gonna see it, or you see it there. You know, I cannot get feedback from you currently, but so let's say that. But do you really see me? See my presentation? Mhm. Yeah, I think you see a white screen. Um, I just don't know why, but let me type some. This cannot. I think it needs. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, sure. So let's say you want to make $5,000 and we divide that into 24 months. What figure shall we have? You know, we are most likely to have about, excuse me, just excuse me. So we are most likely to have mm, about this figure. So let me put it in presentation, slideshow mode, and we see. Looks like still you can't see it. I guess the software has a challenge. So, yeah, I think I'd rather share the screen and probably that is gonna show it to you. Yeah, so this is better. So, yes, now you see the figure we have is if we want if we want 2000 if we want $5,000 in 24 months, that means we have to make $200 per month, which is $200 is about 700 between 600 and 700,000 Uganda shillings. This is an amount you can do in tech, even if you are just designing websites. You know, this is an amount you can make. So if it was $10,000, that means you would need to make 400 $400 per month. And this is how to put numbers into be able to know that it's not possible to make this money. But then I would also ask them a question. You know, the apartments in Uganda currently, the apartments that are available in Uganda that cost 1 million to more uh, millions per month. You know, some landlords even ask for about for you to pay in dollars, you know. But there are many people here living here in Uganda and they are paying for those apartments. So don't be discouraged. This is really possible. You just need to know what you have to do. All right. Then let's go to the career path. You know, if we go to the career path, what is going to happen is that um, there are many career paths in tech, you know, very, very many. For example, which career paths is there? You know, there is software development, you know, software development. There is which one? There is videography. This is when you can do like shooting videos. That's all part of tech. And there is how, photography. There is marketing. There is writing, so on and so forth. So what this means is that you can choose any of those, but before choosing, probably you need to to play around with them and pick out which one resonates to you. Because when you pick out the one which resonates to you, you are most likely to do it even in hard times. That's how you're going to be able to make this amount of money. There are many companies that need software developers, but they also need people that who are part of the value supply chain for software. And those people are not coders, especially because I'm emphasizing this because I know that many people might not want to be coders because they think to be a coder or a developer you need to know a lot of mathematics or physics, which is not entirely true. When we start coding on this channel, I'll show you that it's not entirely true that coding is about math. Coding is just like a language, like you could decide to learn a language you've never learned. For example, you could decide to learn Dutch, French, Swahili, and so on and so forth, and you learn them very well, including the most difficult languages on this planet, like Tigrinya, like the Chinese, so on and so forth. So you just need to try out various characters and then after doing that, you're gonna try as much as possible to pick out which one resonates to you, and then do the next thing, which is choose how you want to work. One is by being employed, whereby you can look for a company, for example, MTN, and join any of its department, Airtel, Stanbic Bank, so on and so forth. There are many companies here locally that can employ you, even companies in agriculture, in climate change, so on and so forth. Then you can work as employed and get a salary. Of course, when you get employed, you may not have much time as on you because the job might be 8 to 5, whether it's remote or on site. There are many, yes, you may wonder if remote jobs are full time. Yes, there are many times when you are working remotely, but full time. What this means is that you can work as employed and get a salary. Of course, when you get employed, you may not have much time as they don't expect that to happen. All right. Sorry about that glitch. Yes. Um, then the other thing is that you can work as a freelancer. So a freelancer is someone who knows how to manage their time. They know how to manage projects. They know how to manage money. They know how to keep their word. Like if you don't have those traits, like of managing your money, um, if you don't have the trait of managing time, keeping your word, you better not try freelancing because it will be very disappointing. The other thing about freelancing is that if you do not have money saved, you can it can be hard for you because at the end of the day you have to get a client, and the client, to get that client you need to do some things. It's rare that a person is going to come to you and tell you be my freelancer. You usually have to market yourself, you have to prepare your website, your portfolio, so on and so forth. Of course, even for the person who is looking for employment, they need to do some sort of like due diligence, like writing their CV or resume, and then uh, take it, apply for jobs in various companies. So the similar thing is going to happen to you as a freelancer. So before you get a job as employed or get a job as a freelancer, you need to have something that can sustain you for some time, especially for the freelancer, because it may be hard to get your first client. The only thing is that once you get your first client, if that client gives you a very good rating, then the future will be very bright. Then the other way you can work is as an educator. Like you can educate people in the areas you are very comfortable. You can educate people. You can decide to post, like to record a video or write a book. And if you record a video, you may publish it on Udemy, and people start paying you. And many other platforms like Skillshare, you may decide to put your courses there and the people pay you. Of course, it might take you time because you need the gadgets to record the video. You need a great computer which can really sustain video recording and editing work. You need some time to have you need to really be good at what you do in order for you to be able to teach others. So this means that you may start through employment, then freelancing, then to educator. Then the fourth is you can be a startup founder. For example, you can you usually hear people who have won some sort of funding because of their ideas. Now, what happens is that these people have ideas that can change lives, that the market can buy. Then they get someone to invest in their idea. They cannot get investment if their idea is not promising to be sellable. They need, because no investor wants to give you money where you are not going to create a change and return that money to them. So you may decide to be a startup founder. It's such a challenging path, but it's also a wonderful path, especially to people in Africa, because you know that the job opportunities are highly competitive. They are there, but very competitive, depending on the ever-growing population and the lack of skilled talent. So if you put in the ever-growing population, fewer jobs, lack of skilled talent, it makes the tech jobs in Africa highly, highly competitive. So this means that if you may choose to start up something like that, because if you start up something as a business, and you can you can help others get jobs, you can employ others. However, like I said, it's not the easiest path to take. Be, uh, why? It's because I've done all and I know what it means. All right, so that's I think that brings us to the conclusion of how choose how to work. Yeah, I don't know if there are other options. Mm, in interest of time, I would like to stop there in terms of how you should choose to work. Then the other thing that I would like to conclude with, that you don't want to neglect, is self-promotion. For any career path you choose, whether software developer, videographer, web designer, writer, uh, you, like Lego, like providing Lego services in the tech sector, you need to promote yourself. You need to promote yourself. There are many ways you can promote yourself, including paid ads, appearing in other people's videos as guests, are doing video content like this, mm, writing blogs, so on and so forth. Without self promotion, you do not have the chance to make the money that other people who are just working abroad in people's houses can make. Very many people who have gone abroad, for example, in the UAE, and they are building houses back at home. You can do the same thing while in Uganda if you are a committed person. If you're a person who has the zeal to overcome pressure, to live within your means in terms of financial means, and to draw up a career plan and follow it. Without doing that, nothing you won't be able. But tech is as simple as that. So to conclude, we've spoken about the dedication you have to put in, some of the career paths you can choose from, and how to choose how you want to work. You know, choose how you want to work, whether employed. Employed covers both being employed and self-employed. All right. Then whether to be a freelancer, whether to be um, an educator or a startup founder. Then the last part was self-promotion. Promote yourself in order to be able to make this money. Thank you for watching. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. It will it will help us a ton. It will help us a lot in terms of like YouTube will be able to send this video to many other people like you who might need it. And consider to comment, ask your questions, because through the questions, that's how we are able to make this. And we uh, we shall be able to invite other people, like other mentors, to be guests in these videos for you to learn from them in a more practical way. Because here I'm doing more of a talking head sort of video, but then we are inviting mentors. If you are someone who is a mentor and you'd like to appear on our videos, there's a link below in the description of this video. Click it and find a button which says become a mentor. Click it and we shall reach out to you, and then you you'll be able to appear. If you're someone who wants to join our mentoring community and learn more, connect with successful developers and people in technology, you can also go to the same link. Otherwise, thank you for watching. See you soon.